A clash of dragons setting the stage for the Battle of the Gullet. The Battle of the Gullet stands as a pivotal clash in the Dance of the Dragons, a brutal civil war that tore apart the Targaryen dynasty. This war, fought between rival factions of House Targaryen, was marked by intense battles, political intrigue, and devastating losses on both sides. This conflict erupted over the question of succession to the Iron Throne. The death of King Viserys I Targaryen left a power vacuum that quickly spiraled into chaos. King Viserys I Targaryen's death ignited the flames of war between his two children, Rhaenyra and Aegon. Rhaenyra, the king's chosen heir, faced opposition from her half-brother Aegon, who also laid claim to the throne. The Gullet, a strategically vital strait, became a focal point for the warring factions. This narrow sea passage was crucial for controlling the flow of ships and supplies, making it a highly contested area. Control of the Gullet meant control of the seas, a prize worth fighting for. The naval battles that ensued were fierce and bloody, with both sides vying for dominance. The outcome of these clashes would significantly impact the course of the war, determining who would ultimately hold power in Westeros. Fire and blood reignite. The dance begins in the wake of King Viserys I Targaryen's death. The realm was thrown into chaos. His passing ignited a powder keg of ambition and resentment that had been simmering for years. Viserys I Targaryen's passing ignited a powder keg of ambition and resentment. The court was divided, and the once unified kingdom began to fracture. Mourners gathered at the royal tomb, but beneath the surface, plots and schemes were already in motion. His daughter, Rhaenyra Targaryen, believed herself to be the rightful heir, having been named Princess of Dragonstone. She had been groomed for the throne her entire life, and her supporters, known as the Blacks, rallied behind her claim with fervor. However, Aegon II Targaryen, Viserys' son from a later marriage, also coveted the Iron Throne. His faction, known as the Greens, believed that a male heir should take precedence over a female, regardless of prior declarations. Both claimants commanded formidable dragons and loyal followers, setting the stage for a bloody conflict. The skies above Westeros would soon be filled with the roars of dragons and the clash of steel as armies prepared for war. The realm fractured into two camps, the Blacks supporting Rhaenyra and the Greens backing Aegon. Families and friends were torn apart as loyalties were tested, and the Dance of the Dragons began, a civil war that would change the fate of the Targaryen dynasty forever. The Gullet runs red, a seaborne struggle for supremacy. This epic confrontation was not just a battle of ships, but a clash of wills and strategies, where every decision could mean the difference between victory and defeat. The Battle of the Gullet took place in the narrow waterway separating Claw Isle from the mainland. This strategic location was crucial, as controlling it meant dominance over the surrounding seas and the vital trade routes that passed through. Rhaenyra's forces, led by the experienced Daemon Targaryen, sought to break the blockade imposed by Aegon's fleet. Daemon, known for his daring and tactical brilliance, was determined to turn the tide in favor of Rhaenyra's claim to the throne. The Greens, commanded by the cunning Sir Otto Hightower, aimed to crush the Blacks' naval power and solidify their control over the shipping lanes. Otto's strategy was meticulous, leveraging every advantage to ensure Aegon's supremacy. The ensuing battle was a maelstrom of fire, blood, and mangled ships. The waters of the Gullet turned crimson as both sides fought fiercely, neither willing to concede. The clash echoed with the sounds of clashing swords, roaring fires, and the cries of the wounded. It was a testament to the brutal nature of medieval warfare, where honor and survival were intertwined in a deadly dance. Section 4, Lords of War and Waves, key figures in the battle. Several key figures shaped the course of the Battle of the Gullet. Daemon Targaryen, Rhaenyra's husband and a fierce warrior, led the Blacks' attack. His dragon Caraxes wreaked havoc upon the Green Fleet. Sir Otto Hightower, Hand of the King and Aegon's staunch supporter, orchestrated the Greens' defences. His grandson, Aemon Targaryen, played a crucial role, unleashing his fearsome dragon Vhagar upon the enemy. Section 5. Cunning against Fury. Strategies of the Gullet. Both sides employed distinct strategies at the Battle of the Gullet. The Blacks, relying on Daemon's boldness and Caraxes' might, launched a direct assault, aiming to break through the blockade. They sought to exploit the narrow confines of the Gullet, turning the enemy's numerical superiority into a disadvantage. The Greens, however, relied on a combination of warships, archers and scorpion bolts, hoping to weaken the dragons before engaging them directly. Section 6. Victory's bitter taste, the battle's aftermath. The Battle of the Gullet ended in a Pyrrhic victory for the Greens. While they successfully repelled the Blacks' assault and maintained their control over the Gullet, they suffered heavy losses. Numerous ships were destroyed and many experienced sailors perished. The Blacks, though defeated, inflicted significant damage and demonstrated their resilience. The battle proved that the war for the Iron Throne was far from over. Section 7. A turning tide. The Gullet's place in the Dance of the Dragons. The Battle of the Gullet stands as a turning point in the Dance of the Dragons. It marked the end of the war's early stages, shattering any illusions of a swift resolution. The conflict dragged on, escalating in brutality and claiming countless lives. The Gullet's waters, forever stained with blood and fire, served as a grim reminder of the Targaryen dynasty's self-destruction.